Science is the collection of facts arrived at by defining what we observe and running tests to discover. Mathematics, chemistry, and physics represent fixed languages which are not subject to interpretation. Languages used to describe what we observe and to test those observations in order to prove them. Think of DNA, cells, galaxies, fruits, laptops, air conditioning. Think about cars, food, houses, fauna, flora. Think about atoms, body parts, climate, or the clothes you wear. And realise that everything is defined or created by science. To understand the whole concept of science, you should know what a scientific theory is. A scientific theory comprises a collection of concepts, including abstractions of observable phenomena, expressed as quantifiable properties, together with rules, called scientific laws, that express relationships between observations of such concepts. A scientific theory is constructed to conform to available empirical data about such observations, and is put forth as a principle or body of principles for explaining a class of phenomena. A scientific theory is totally different from any other theory. It is the most probable variant resulting from recent discoveries.
Science is the best tool ever devised for understanding how the world works.
Science is a very human form of knowledge. We are always at the brink of the known. Science is a collaborative enterprise spanning the generations. We remember those who prepared the way, seeing for them also.
If you're scientifically literate, the world looks very different to you, and that understanding empowers you.
There's real poetry in the real world. Science is the poetry of reality.
We can do science, and with it, we can improve our lives.
There's real poetry in the real world. Science is the poetry of reality.
The story of humans is the story of ideas that shine light into dark corners.
Scientists love mysteries. They love not knowing.
I don't feel frightened by not knowing things. I think it's much more interesting.
There's a larger universal reality of which we are all a part.
The further we probe into the universe, the more remarkable are the discoveries we make.
The quest for the truth in and of itself is a story that's filled with insights.
There's real poetry in the real world. Science is the poetry of reality.
We can do science, and with it, we can improve our lives.
There's real poetry in the real world. Science is the poetry of reality.
The story of humans is the story of ideas that shine light into dark corners.
From our lonely point in the cosmos, we have, through the power of thought, been able to peer back to a brief moment after the beginning of the universe.
I think that science changes the way your mind works, to think a little more deeply about things.
Science replaces private prejudice with publicly verifiable evidence. There's real poetry in the real world. Science is the poetry of reality.
We can do science, and with it,
we can improve our lives.